our knowledge regarding cybersecurity and finance. So I'm going to refresh what we studied last week. And from there, we are going to see. So let me share my slides with you. And please stop me if you have any question. The slide will be shared on the classroom, so you guys will have access to it. And you are free to make some more research and know more regarding this. So let me share. Share the screen. This is, I believe, what I'm supposed to share with you. Okay. Welcome again, everyone, to the workshop. Cybersecurity in finance, how to protect my asset is the main question. So last week, we actually tried to understand the connection between finance and cybersecurity, correct? And in order to know more about cybersecurity and finance, I gave some quizzes. And one of the questions I asked was in the context of cybersecurity, was the difference between data confidentiality, integrity, and availability, because in everything that you do, you want your data to be confidential, right? And you also want the integrity of those data and the availability. So what is data confidentiality? It ensures that information is accessible only to those with authorized access. The data integrity guarantees that data remain accurate, unaltered, and reliable throughout its life cycle. The data availability is just there to ensure that only authorized users have access to information when needed, and it also helps to prevent disruption or downtime. Like if you need to access your photos at a certain time, you don't want them to tell you, okay, it's only tomorrow it's going to be available tomorrow. Why? Because the system is down on anything. So data availability is also something very important to know. So we study about what is a phishing email. We know that as you are working in enterprise, you're working even at your own level as students, you have to make sure that you don't click on anything. I don't know if I know Fred was here. He has a lot of knowledge already in cybersecurity. Alicia, what is a phishing email? Do you know what is a phishing email?
I apologize. My headphones disconnected. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, I was asking, what is a phishing email? Do you know what is a phishing email?
Phishing email is something that is used to scam, usually through organizations.
Mm-hmm.
It's sent out to multiple people usually, or if it's not sent out to multiple people, it's just trying to scam you.
Yes, actually, that's actually what it is. So the phishing email is just an email. It's like a fake email. It looks like the internet email. Maybe you have a hostels.edu. It will be maybe a hostels.org or .com, and then you feel like, oh, this is my classmate sending me an email from hostels, but in the email is not, even the URL, the link is not right? So it's very important to understand what is a phishing email and how to avoid it. The more you know, the more you function, the more you can avoid it. But if you don't know, you will be clicking on anything, and then maybe they will lock your data, they could lock your computer, or you could not even access your information anymore. So how can individuals protect themselves from falling victim to phishing attacks? So the answer was to protect, they should be cautious, everybody at every level. You are working in an enterprise, organization, even as a student, from your professor, they can scam, and you can scam you, and you think that is my professor sending me something, and I have to respond it because it's my professor. But if you are not careful, the intention of the person is just to fool you and to get you get control of your computer. So individuals should be cautious of unsolicited emails and read well what's the URL, what's that link that they're sending you to, because sometimes they send link and then you click on it and then they bring you to another link, and sometimes there are also viruses. Avoid clicking on suspicious links or downloading attachments. Verifying what the legitimacy of requests for sensitive information. So really the connection between cybersecurity and finance, we saw that it was data. Can someone tell me what is data? How are you using your data every day? Like, what is data? What do we call data? I know you guys know that we are just revising. We're gonna dip down to what we have today, but
You call it the new gold.
data is goal. Yes, yes, the new goal. Alicia, you have something to add? When we talk about data, what is data? Okay, so data is the new goal. Data is very used, is what we call information. When they say your data, it could be the details about your purchase, it could be the sales, it could be investment, it could be money, it could be, anything. In the market, they say market data. What is that? Stock prices. Anything, they use to make decision making and to analyze. Those are information, those are your data, right? Data could be also customer information, your personal details, your financial details, your account information. Those are data. Your credit score, they use all your information to monitor you, to know how your finances are going, what can they suggest to you, to do marketing. That's why we say data is the new gold, because it's used everywhere. They study your behavior. What are you liking to purchase online? What are you doing, So that's why we say it's the new gold. It's very important, actually. A role of financial institution is actually their role is to securely handle and protect those sensitive information that we call data, right? And data is very important in risk management, even for analysis, right? Because they can predict potential risk and market trend. When they have data, they can do a lot of stuff. They can analyze, they can even do some marketing. Sometimes you go online, you see they're proposing something to you, they're suggesting stuff just because they have, you went to one website and then you were shopping there. Those data are propagating and then they suggest you more stuff to buy. So data is very, very important. So cybersecurity, just as an introduction for those who were not present last week, right? Cybersecurity refers to the practice of protecting computer system, network program, and data from digital attacks, damage, unauthorized access, or theft. The primary goal of cybersecurity is to ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and the availability of information and computing resources. So make sure that your information is confidential, that there's integrity, and that those information are available, right? So that's what the cybersecurity. So just the word cyber means virtual, digital, electronic, right? We saw that. So cybersecurity can be actually defined as the security of digital system and data. The goal is to protect those computers, those networks. So when we talk about cybersecurity, it deals with information technology. It's a combination of computer system, network, information technology, and everything that is related to computer systems. It could be network and computer system. It could be information technology and network. It could be something, even those combinations. So data, how do we obtain the data in cybersecurity? Compared to finance, we say we have customer details, we have purchase receipt and stuff like that. In cybersecurity, the network traffic, how is the network, who is connected on this network, who is logging in on our time, right? User authentication, when you go and sign in, they can collect those data. This person connect on this network, on this Wi-Fi at this time. Those are data, those are information, right? So vulnerability data, what is available? Is it secure? Is not secure? Is someone trying to get on the system at what time? Those logs, right? Incident response, that we have a lot of ways how we can obtain data in the world of cybersecurity. It's the same as when we saw in here, in the finance world, we have credit score, transaction history, we have account information, right? Personal details, social security and stuff like that. Those are how data are obtained in finance. So data and cybersecurity in the network traffic and logs, we have network traffic, system logs. I just explained everything. User authentication data, we have who logging, when, where on our network, was the person allowed. Those are kind of data that we can have. Vulnerability data, we have information about the software. Was the system secure when the person logging? Was the system safe? What happened, and keeping track of orders can give us some data. So it's very important to know how we collect the data, right? Either from finance or cybersecurity. So I mentioned about this, and everything can be analyzed, and based on the analysis, sometimes they have conclusion. So finance deal with data related to monetary transaction, market activities, customer information. Cybersecurity focus on what? Safeguarding data related to system and network activity, user authentication, vulnerability, and threats. Both domains heavily rely on accurate and secure handling of data for their respective purpose. So the importance of data protection is very important for us to secure, protect, or safeguard our data. If at the individual level, right, we study that for your personal privacy, you want to avoid financial loss. Someone can hack your bank account, right? And they just steal everything. Identity protection, protection of cyberbullying, preserving digital legacy, right? In the business, if someone hack your data, it's very bad. Why? Because your reputation will be harmed. Nobody wants to go and shop somewhere where we say their system is weak, they are not protecting customer data, and no one will go to your business. And they will become, if you were competing with other big businesses, now you will not compete anymore. Why? Because they will have advantage, because their system is secure, yours is not. So it's very important to protect our asset at the individual level and also at the business level. Before we continue, is there any question? Alison, do you have any question? Fred? Question?
No, we're good.
No, none for me.
Okay, so we study why awareness is important, right? And how we can avoid scam, right? So this question was also asked last week, what is the most effective way to respond to online harassment or cyberbullying, right? I don't know if Alisa wants to answer this question because she was not there last week. Alicia, we have a question here for you.
Answer C, report the incident to a trusted adult or authority.
Good. Okay. A, say retaliate with harsh comment, ignore the situation and hope it stop. Report the incident to a trusted adult authority, share personal information to delay. Okay. C, good job. True or false, creating strong and unique passwords for online accounts can help protect against cyberbullying. True or false? What do you think, guys? Anyone can answer.
False.
False. Okay, let's see. Creating
True.
strong and unique password for online account help protect against cyberbullying. Yes, the more your password is unique, strong, can help you get rid of cyberbullying because they will not have access to your computer and try to say, okay, send me 5,000 before I release anything, that kind of bullying, anything that they want to do, right? So let's make sure we have strong and unique password, not like 1, 2, 3, not like your birth date and kind of stuff like that. So we study all that. So awareness is something that we at every level we should know that is important. It's true we want to have something that we can memorize easily, but they can hack your account. They can even hack your WhatsApp. If someone here is using WhatsApp, they are hacked. There are a lot of stuff happening out there. So another question: cybersecurity measures are only necessary for large organizations. Small businesses are not at risk. What do you think, Alicia or Fred?
They're for everybody.
For everybody, good. Not only small, not only large, not only small, everybody. That was the Thank you. Let's see. Yes, for everybody. Do you agree, Alicia?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. What role does employee awareness and training play in protecting assets against cyber attacks? Alicia, want to try? What role? Employee awareness. Why should we train people? Do you think it's helping protecting assets against cyber attacks?
No.
Yes, no? A, B, C.
Answer D.
B, it can help identify potential attacker. C, increase the
No.
risk of cyber.
D.
C.
D as in
D.
dog.
Okay, D. Okay, thank you. Let's think incident. It's essential for preventing security incident. Let's see. D, yes. Good job. Good job. Okay, let's see. No question, right? So now we are going to study about biometric. And we are going to start a little bit about the challenges, but tomorrow we will deep more in the challenges. But I just want to introduce today biometrics and the different type of biometrics. And after that, you have a little quiz, a few questions only, just to see if we know about it. And tomorrow, we will study more about the challenges, what is going on out there, right? So it's very important to understand the concepts and see how it's related to finance and how the challenges are on both sides, either finance or cybersecurity, and how you place yourself in, how you find yourself in, why is it important for you to understand those challenges, how is it affecting your own life, how will it affect your life, okay? Okay, so biometric challenge in finance and cybersecurity. What is biometric? Does someone know about biometric? Did you hear about biometric? What is that? Why is it important?
So would that be like, for instance, the use of a fingerprint or somebody uses an eye scan?
Yeah, yes, yes. I still want to try something else. It's that. Not only those two tools, but is you are very right. Alicia, do you have something to add? What is biometric?
No, I don't.
Have you heard anything about biometric? Are you using biometric? Anyhow, any? No,
Yes,
yes.
I have. I have.
How are you using it?
Like unlocking my phone.
Exactly. Good.
So what about like a voice command? Is that considered biometric as well?
There is also, yes, because you have to recognize a special voice, right? But there are challenges in that, right? In that, because it really depends on how you are using. If your voice is recognized for a special purpose, yes, it's biometric. But if it's just maybe anyone can use your voice, but biometric is very important. Sometimes even finance now, they ask you to put your voice there, and when they want to identify you, they want to make sure it's the same voice and stuff like that. So there are also challenges. We're going to see that maybe tomorrow, but now let me introduce a little bit. So what's the importance of biometric? It helps in securing financial transaction, enhancing cybersecurity, right? As she said, she used that to open her phone, maybe to open even the app for her bank, right? So that's actually biometric. So biometric, those are automated methods for recognizing individual based on measurable biological and behavioral characteristics, right? Biometrics are physical and behavioral characteristics that uniquely identify humans, right? Who want to read the third? What are they used for? Typically used for authentication. Yes. Associating what?
Individuals with their personal identities.
Okay. So you guys have a definition already. You have a sense of what it's about, right? It's associating Alicia with what? Their personal identity. It's associating me or all of us with our personal identities. It's active area of research also. It combines image processing, security, information, retrieval, physiology, cognitive science, and other fields. So there are a lot of fields that are combined when we talk about biometric, and there are a lot of research going on into it. People are just looking at there are some people who are just researching in image processing. How can they identify your face, just your eyes, right? So a lot of research have been done in order to call what we call biometric. There's a lot of stuff involved. Security information, that's the IT part. Their biology research, because how the finger, the details about your hands, right? You have to know the anatomy of the fingers. You know, there are a lot of science or fields that I would say that involve into biometric, as the name say, bio. So there's kind of biometry biology inside, or matrix is almost like measurement, how we can measure maybe a part, sometimes it's a part of your body, you know. So it's also matching. It's doing some matching. So if we are three, as we are three on this workshop at this moment. So if you have the information of Fred, Alicia, and Christelle, so you have to be matched. Like this one is this one, this one is this one, and not missing. Because if it makes, there's a compromising, and then it could be a scam. Because if someone comes with information and try to act as it's me and it's not me, I mean, this is something that we have to solve there, right? Compare query data to a previously stored template. So you take a template, right? This is, I think you guys are doing some, you are in a major that you can understand. So it will take a template or a previous something that you put there, a previous face. You take your face and then you keep it there. So now the second time then you come, you try to match. Is it matching Alicia? No. Is it matching Fred? No. Is it matching Crystal? No. Okay. It doesn't belong to them, because they have something that they kept before, a template. So querying data is like sorting data and trying to figure out where is it belonging to. Decide if an individual is a genuine match or an imposter. Do you understand this? Someone have a question? What does that mean? Decide if an individual is a genuine match or an imposter. I think I just explained it, but I just want you guys to tell me what it is. Give me an example, Fred or Alicia.
Like you said, it will, for instance, when biometric testing happens, they will take a picture of your eye or scan your finger or whatever the case, and it has to have an exact match. Otherwise, you're not going to have access.
Yes. Yes, that matches. Okay. Not suspicious, or it could be suspicious. So those are just matching, right? Matching, it should be matching, as Fred just explained. So desired characteristic of biometry, it should be what? What is uniqueness?
Biometrics should be able to distinguish between two people.
Okay.
And your permanence or biometric should not change much over time.
Good. Good. So when we say not change much over time, what does that mean?
For instance, you may age, so
Good.
therefore there is going to be slight change. But then I was just thinking of something like, for instance, let's say somebody was in a fire, that can make a drastic change. So therefore you're going to be locked out forever because, like, for instance, your fingerprints may be burnt or your
Yes.
eye could be distorted from the fire or whatever the case. So
Yes.
um,
Yes.
yeah, I guess that's where the challenges come into play.
Yes. 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 There are people who work in the farm and work on difficult places or different area, as you say, fire, and at the point that their fingerprint were affected, right? It was destroyed. At the point when they go to places to like biometric, they have to take their fingerprint. They don't have anything there, or it's different. Why? Because they were working so hard, or they got burned, or anything happened in their life, right? It's very important, and those are where the challenges are coming into play, right? There are also people who that I heard that travel with other people's passport. Why? Because they were looking alike. That's why also, yeah, so just imagine someone is traveling with your passport or with your document, and he looks like you, but it's not you. But there are some, because maybe you have the same eyes, you are, I don't know how they are measuring that, but there are actually challenges. So the characteristics of a biometric two men uniqueness, it should be unique between two people. It should be different, even if you are twins, even if you were born the same second, right? Same from the same mommy. Everything should be unique, permanence. It should not change over much. It could change because you age, but not that much, not that much, right? We should be able to recognize as is you. Biometric function, verification. Okay. How do they verify? Are you who you say you are? How do they identify? Are you someone who the system previously recognized? Yes? You got this, right, Fred? Or Alicia?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's
Yes.
actually how they verify and they identify. So the verification part is actually to find out. Even when you're taking your phone, you want to log in. So in order to verify you, that is you, this is the process. Are you who you say you are? If it's a yes, if it's gonna verify you, or maybe you can ask you maybe for a pin for something else just to make sure. Are you someone who the system, if you were identified before, it would be easier? Yes, the same username was and password were used 2 seconds ago. It could be the person. So you try to identify you also. So those are examples of biometrics, right? We have what? Fingerprint. We mentioned about this fingerprint. Everybody knows that, how to get on your computer, get on your phone, anything that you're using fingerprint. What is palm print? These are just examples. We don't have to get more than that. I know the most used are face, right? Iris, you know iris, right? The iris of the eyes.
Yes.
Yes, so retina, they use the ear, the voice, as you mentioned, signature, gait, hand, vein, odor, DNA. There's more, but it's not everything that we use every day. But I know the fingerprint and maybe the face and iris are the one that we must use. Maybe even the voice. Some are used in some department or some field, but not everything that we use. Signature also is one biometric. These are just the common one that we know, but everything is used, even if it's not in your area. I think Fred is nursing. You're gonna learn all this somewhere along. I don't know, but just to so the fingerprint, right? Everybody knows about the fingerprint. Sometimes you go and you want to buy something, as the picture shows, you have to put your fingerprint. This is just one example. So the iris, right? This is how it functions. System component, on the picture I put there, the green is just enrollment, the sensor. It goes to the feature extractor, and then there's a database that contains the template, everything. So now, if it recognizes you, you go to the database will send it to the matcher if it recognize you, right? So now it could also go from the sensor to feature extractor and then to the matcher, or maybe to the database. So sometimes it's trying to recognize you, sometimes it's just trying to enroll you to the database. If it's your first time, they try to enroll you. The sensor, boom, feature extractor, it extracts you, it sends to the database to save it there. So now, when it's time for recognition, right? The sensor will go to sensor extractor, and now if the database just say, okay, we know him already, you see, it goes to the matcher, it match, good, all right, it's you. If it doesn't match what we have in the database or what was saved, when the query happened, it would just say, no, we don't have anything like that in our database. So system, yeah, this is actually what I was sharing. So importance in finance. Why biometric in finance? Biometric in finance ensure a higher level of security by using what? Unique physical threads for user identification. Okay. Someone want to read the enhancing security? Enhancing security is we saw that biometric in finance ensure a high level of security. So it's just a level up, another level of security. Biometric authentication adds an extra level of protection to financial transactions, reducing the risk of unauthorized access. So it was a good way, a good initiative actually to enhance security, because it's something that everyone have and it's unique. Your fingerprint is not as my fingerprint, so it just reduces the risk of unauthorized access. So what's the importance in cybersecurity? Someone can read the first one and the other person will read the second one.
All right. Role in cybersecurity. Biometrics strengthen cybersecurity by providing a reliable method for user authentication and access control.
Okay, are you sure?
Authentication and access control. Biometric systems play a key role in ensuring that only authorized individuals can access sensitive information.
Okay, do you understand what it means? Questions?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Good. So actually the role in cybersecurity, as it says, it just provide another method that is reliable for authentication and access control. And for that, it ensure that only the authorized individual can access this, maybe this database or any sensitive information. So what are the challenges in finance? We have the first one is like regulatory compliance, meeting regulatory requirements such as the GDPR in Europe pose challenges for biometric data usage in financial service. I put the General Data Protection Regulation. General Data Protection Regulation. That's this is a regulatory compliance in Europe, right? So there are challenges for biometric usage depending on the country where you are. Here in the US, they have their compliance regulatory that you have to comply in order, even those phones company, computer, they have to comply. Their e-pass laws that are also there to make sure that information of individual are protected, right? Integrating biometric authentication with existing financial system can be complex and requires careful planning, right? So there are challenges that are out there. I did not name all of them, but we should know that is actually what it is. Spoof. Biometric systems are susceptible to spoofing attack, and protecting biometric data from theft is a major concern. So one of the challenges that we have in cybersecurity is what we call spoofing and data theft, right? So we're gonna see that in the next question. I have asked one question like that. Vulnerabilities, identifying and addressing vulnerabilities in biometric system is crucial. Why? Because you have to prevent unauthorized access, right? We always have to identify or address those vulnerabilities. When the system is not secure, that means the system is vulnerable, and we have to address it because it's like a risk, and something small that we neglect can be something bigger or very costly. The consequences could be very devastating. But if it was addressed or if it was mentioned, it will reduce those risks. Okay. So what is the primary purpose of using biometric in financial services? Enhancing customer experience, increasing transaction speed, strengthening security in transaction, reducing operational cost. Is it related to cost? Is it relating to strength or the speed or
C.
customer experience? Okay, Alicia, you want to try something else?
No, I agree with you.
Why? Why a C? Why do you guys think a C? And not A, for example?
Because we're talking about cybersecurity, and strengthening security in transactions goes all along with biometrics and dealing with our cybersecurity, essentially. All our internet transactions, our whether it be healthcare, financial, or anything, everything's done online. So it's all pertaining to cybersecurity. So that's what we're dealing with.
That's amazing. Okay, good, Fred. Are you sure want to add something?
Um, it's key because money is very delicate. So doing it over on the internet or online can definitely leave risk for scams, like exactly like Fred said, cybersecurity. So to strengthen the security in the transactions, people trust it more. They're more likely to use it, so on and so forth.
Yeah, very good. The C. It's actually C, yes. Strengthening security. We see that when we talk about biometric, it's actually another level of security to make sure that we give access to only the person who is authorized. So it's actually strengthening security in our financial transaction, anything that we're doing, we want to make sure it's us, right? So it's give more strength into the security of our transaction online, or everything that we are doing online. It could be not only financial transaction, could be also on your computer. You don't want to give access to everyone. You put that it should ask you for your password, your fingerprint, right? So which of the following is a potential challenge in integrating biometric authentication with existing financial systems? Is it, sorry, is it to improve user experience? Is it the regulatory compliance, faster transaction processing, or is it to simplify account management?
I'm between B and D.
B and D?
Yeah, I'll say B.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to add something, Alicia? Alicia say
No.
B, right? B or D?
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
say B.
Okay. Oh, welcome, Martha.
Thank
B.
you.
Why B, Martha? Tell us.
Because one has to comply with the rules and regulations, that the policies of
Mm-hmm.
automatic
Yes.
authentication.
So, the policies is very important. Most of the challenges we saw, the GDPR regulation in Europe is is one of the challenges that they are facing, how to make sure that what they implement in the US could be also accepted in in Europe or in China or anything like that. So the question was asking which of the following is a potential challenge in integrating biometric authentication with existing financial systems? And the answer is B. Why? Because everyone have to accept or comply to those rules, right? Very important. So what does the term spoofing refer to in the context of biometrics? Is it improving system security, unauthorized access attempts, creating fake biometric data? Is it enhancing user authentication? What does spoofing mean?
It seems like C to me.
See?
Yes.
Okay. Fred says C. Alicia?
I
Martha?
said D. D, enhancing user authentication.
Okay. Martha? Yes,
I
Miss
see.
Martha who's speaking. Alicia?
I say C.
Okay, C. Why? Yeah. Okay, it's just a term, right? Spoofing. When they say spoofing, is actually mean creating fake biometric data. Spoofing doesn't mean to improve something, to improve the system security. Spoofing, I think it's just a term in the world of biometrics. When you hear that word, you should know that it's creating fake biometric data. Enhancing user authentication is something positive. So spoofing is in the is like the something that is happening, and this is, let's say, negative. It's an attempt to do something negative. We're gonna search more about spoofing, but I know in the world of biometric, when you see individuals or people, those scammers trying to take your identity or scam it or do something else that is not good. Let's say it like that so that everyone will understand. So they call it spoofing, right? So which regulatory framework is often cited as a challenge in the use of biometric data in finance? Is it SEC regulation? Is that EPA? Is that GDPR, which is we just say, so what was the GDPR? Is that FEPA? Those are just laws. You can Google and check. I'm sure you don't know everything, but we are here to learn, right? But all I can say is that all of them are compliance laws. we saw the HIPAA laws, and not everybody knows that. If you're in nursing, you know that. If you work somewhere, you know HIPAA. The GDPR, we saw that is the General Data Protection Regulation. Is mostly for Europe. Europe countries. Someone know about the FERPA, which is the Family Educational Right and Privacy Act. It's mostly in use for students. It protect the privacy of student education records. Someone heard about the FERPA before?
No,
Okay.
at least I
It's
don't think.
It's mostly to protect those are just federal law, and it protect the privacy of student education records. So your record in a school where you attend, how those information are secure. The FERPA is dealing with that. The GDPR, I say that this is a regulatory for European countries to make sure that it work in compliance to their rules. The HIPAA is just here in the US, making sure that information of patients are confidential, that they are protected. Everywhere you go, you're working in a nursing home, you're working with patients and hospital, they will make you sign the HIPAA guideline, making sure that you don't expose patient information, that you don't, even if you see the Social Security, you should keep it private of a patient, or if anyone in the where you are working, so it's protecting people information. The SEC regulation, let's see what is rules. The SEC is a government organization that sets rules and regulation regarding the insurance, marketing, and trading of securities. So for this question, the answer is actually the GDPR. Why? Because it's mostly in the finance world, because the question was asking which regulatory framework is often cited as a challenge in the use of biometric data in finance, because now it's dealing with a lot of countries or different countries, and they have to agree to the law, or they have to be compliant, right? So let's go to the next question. Someone wants to read this question? You're almost at the end. It's just for you to...
In cyber, oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
In cybersecurity, what role does biometrics play in access control?
A, identifying malware. B, authenticating users. C, encrypting data. D, monitoring network traffic.
I'm going to say B.
Okay. In cybersecurity, what role does biometrics play in access control? Authenticating user. Martha, want to add something?
No.
What do you think? A?
Identifying malware. In cybersecurity, what role does biometric play in access control?
How is it
Identifying malware. A.
Okay. Why A? What is a
They
malware?
say what role does biometric play? You know, why we do biometric is because most of the time we want to find out if there are other, how will I put it, there's a word, if there are other cyber security defaults that we are exposed to.
Yes. You are right, but what role does biometric play in access control? The keyword also is here, access control, how to access or to control the access in something, right? So is it to identify malware? Is that the purpose? Are you trying to identify any intrusive, any virus, any malicious software that is out there? Is that the role in access control? Or is it to authenticate users? Or is it to encrypt the data? Or to monitor network traffic?
Monitoring network traffic.
Okay, monitoring network traffic. Okay. Monitoring network traffic is making sure the network or who is accessing the network. Like right now, if you are home, you're using your network, right? And now, if you want to check, right, who logging on your Wi-Fi 5 minutes ago, we were gonna see Martha logging. If I was in your home, I would say they would say, okay, Professor Desiree, and this is actually monitoring the network traffic, who is there, who is on my network at this moment, or for the past hours. This is actually what it is. So encrypting data is just making sure the data are secure. When, encrypt is you cover those data, or you in a format that no one can read it except the authorized user. So now authenticating users is someone wants to access a system, and now there we have to authenticate them. We have to check the username that they provide when they were registering. We have to check the password that they provide. We are trying to authenticate them to give them the control, the access. Identifying malware, is that the role in biometric? I don't know, but we are not trying to identify malware. We are actually trying to give access to the person who is supposed to get the access. So the answer should be authenticating users, right? Why? Because we are talking about access control. Access is getting into a system or getting somewhere, or you want the system to authorize you, to recognize you. That means it have to authenticate you. Are you the person you say you are? Right? We studied that when we were doing biometric. You say you were there in this person, let me match it. Let me match it. Does it matter? They want the biometric actually want to match. Does it matter? Yes, I give her access. She will have the control. It's not matter. It's not matching. Okay, she will not have access. No control. She cannot take control of the system. She cannot log in on her hostess email, and because we did not match the information. So as the system authenticates you, we call it biometric, or So I don't know if you guys have another question for me, but we are almost at the end. I say tomorrow we're going to study more challenges. There are a lot of challenges happening in the biometric world, especially in compliance, making sure that everybody is complying, doing what they are supposed to do, or acting how they're supposed to act. What are the scammers doing? What are they doing? So it's very important. So I don't know if you guys have a question, but I'll give you, I have some more question for you here if you need more, but for today, I'll take your question. Tell me what you learned so far. why cybersecurity is important for you. Is cybersecurity important for you? Why is it important for each of us? How do you protect your asset? Miss Martha, how do you protect your asset? I know you came last week. Yeah, I think you know a little bit more about what we study. Martha, I have a question. How are you protecting your asset every day? Fred, I have a question. Any comment?
Yeah. Could you repeat again? What was the GDPR again?
The GDPR is the protection used for general data protection regulation. G for general, D for data, P for protection. Regulation is the R that you see there. Is mostly used in EU countries, yeah, Europe. So if you want more research on, you can just Google it and then you'll find, those are just regulations. It's like the EPA laws and, and every country is different. They have their own regulation. You can make something or a device here, and then you want to sell in the country. Okay, FDA regulation. They will say, okay, good. EPA, good. But when it comes to selling that same device outside of the country, they have their own regulation. Sometimes they'll ask you, that fingerprint machine that you want to bring here, you need the CE mark. This is also like European committee, they have their mark on it. So here, FDA compliant, okay, good, we are good. Okay, you have the EPA. Do you say that you're going to protect the privacy of patient? Yes, good. So now when you want to sell it to another country, it comes like, okay, they're going to ask you also, like they have this law, which is called the GDPR.
So is this only pertaining to the European countries, or what about like South America, Central America, Africa?
Each countries have their own
Yeah,
regulation.
okay.
Each country have a different regulation.
Okay.
And it's up to you to go. Maybe Canada, they have their own. They say, okay, you want to sell something here. This is what we need from you. You have to agree. You have to do that. You have to maybe submit all the paperwork relating to that. And then when you done that, you are done with that. Okay, we accept your product. It's sellable here. So there are those are just challenges that are going on. Maybe a country can say, I don't want you guys to say anything like that. It's not secure, it's not this. So they are going through, compliance and regulation action between, the people selling in the country receiving, right? But I know that in Africa, sometimes they don't even have a strong regulation. Europe and Canada, those are the other countries, they have their own regulation. But sometimes when you go to Africa, as long as they trust you, that you are coming from maybe Europe or US, they say, okay, this is good. They don't have, but even if it's a product from Europe, and then they want to sell here, they have to go through a lot of compliance laws like FDA, making sure that you need a classification. What classification that is? Yes, true. It's just a fingerprint, and just like how you going to protect the people, the customer information and stuff like that. So in order for them to sell something in the country here, they need to go. So those are just challenges going on between them, right? But it's always feasible if they follow the protocol that is given.
Okay.
Yeah, so more research, GDPR and Google, it will give you a ton of stuff that you can read about. And I see some people asking on Google, is there a GDPR in the US? Yes, some people are answering yes. We have the CCPA, which is the California Consumer Privacy Act, which is kind of the same, you know. It really depends on what you are selling. How is it close to the body, you know, something like drugs or a product. You have to go to the FDA. They will ask you the classification, not only drugs, but different. It really depends on how the biometric is, finger, eyes, and stuff like that. So it's another research that we have to do and understand how it works. So tomorrow we are going to go over all the challenges, like real challenges. We'll study more questions. How do you like the multiple choice question? Is it too hard? Should I make more? Should I put it simpler? What are your suggestions? Is it helping you to memorize better, or you prefer slide that I will just give you a slide and then you read?
I think it is helpful. I mean, it allows us to engage and interact. So therefore, yeah, you're gathering the material collectively.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I like the engaging.
You like the multiple choice questions?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we have more, and then we'll have because sometimes I feel like it's the better way to memorize something is by asking the question and then trying to give anybody the opportunity to think about it and to answer. That way you will never forget. Like if I just come and give you just material, sometimes you can end up not getting. How about Martha? Do you like the multiple choice? I saw that you comment that you did not, you didn't hear a lot of stuff last week, and this week also you came late. But if you come on time and then you go through the slide, I think you will gather more materials. It's always good to be on time. I know you guys have classes, homeworks, and a lot of stuff going on, but let's do what we can do. So not next week, tomorrow, Thursday, we have a session tomorrow. I will give you more material in terms of biometric. What are the challenges? What part can you play? How you going, how are you giving your biometric? Is there any challenge? Is there any hacker? So tomorrow we are going to go over that, okay? Good?
Yep. Thank you.
No problem,
Yes.
Alicia. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Martha. Thank you for participating. Thank you, Fred, for being there since last week. It's very good. Alicia also continue to, we have only 2 days left, tomorrow and Friday, and that's it. Try to be there. I'm sure you're going to learn something that will benefit you, even in your career as you're moving. I'll usually take time to prepare. The slides are posted also. You can go through, and tomorrow you ask a question. Maybe go on Google and try to search and understand the film. Maybe now you're not doing cybersecurity, but you're gonna apply it at a certain time, or even you are even applying it already. As you are securing your passwords and stuff, you are doing that. But you bring you to another level of understanding, and then you will be out of those scammers and stuff like that. Why? Because you have the knowledge. Awareness is very, very important. A lot of people think they know, but when it happens to them, that's when they realize that, oh, if I knew, I will try to be careful. So the more knowledge you are connecting right now, and it's very good. I can just encourage you to continue, finish the workshop. If you started from last week, just try to finish it, and then I'm sure you will learn more, okay? If there's any question, I will be available tomorrow for you. Okay, guys, thank you for joining.
All right, have a good one.
You
Thank you.
too,
Have a good
Fred.
day.
Thank you for your participation, guys. You are
You're
the best.
welcome.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.